Hey there, welcome to Izzo's Place. So, welcome to Toolsday. I don't know if you saw the short for today, but I unboxed a FlexVolt reciprocating saw. So FlexVolt, it is a 60 volt beast, so it's quite heavy. You're going to use it on jobs like this where I tore out an entire bathroom. Did some crazy things with this saw. So it's a very simple tool, so this won't be a very long video. But yeah, so if you buy the DeWalt FlexVolt, you're going to need one of their bigger batteries. And when you're doing crazy construction type stuff, you know, having this kind of battery gives you the power, gives you the battery life that'll help get you through the job. So so the neat thing with reciprocating saws too is depending on what you need to cut through, they have a ton of different blades. Metal, wood with nails in it. This one that I got because I needed to cut through some crazy stuff, you can't read it anymore. It's called the Torch. So it's got like carbide teeth. I have cut through, not with this saw, but I have cut through an iron I-beam with a couple of torch blades before. So you can do some crazy stuff with this saw. Really, as far as features go, you got a safety. So if you want to leave the battery in and carry it around the job site, you got the safety. So that way you can't turn it on, hurt yourself, hurt someone else by accident. I'm going to leave the safety on for a minute. I'm going to put the battery in. Okay. Alright, so the battery's in, but I got the safety on, so we're good for a little bit. So it's got a very easy locking mechanism. So to put in or take out a blade, you grab this and you pull it up. And you take your reciprocating saw blade. Oh, I should show you. And it slides in there like that. Sorry. Not the easiest thing to watch myself into it. Then you let that go and you're locked in. So now we'll release the safety. We're going to go real slow so you can see the action on it. So in addition to back and forth, it's got just a little bit of this kind of action as well. That aids with cutting. Now, something neat you can do, let's put the safety back on. So we're gonna unlock this. So here, check it out. So if you're cutting something, if you're trying to cut, the battery can get in the way. If you're trying to get close to something, that wasn't the best example, I was just kind of showing you. Am I on safety? Yep, we're on safety. So with these, the way they're made is you can flip it around and cut it. Oops. Okay, so then you can get much closer to whatever you're cutting, should you need to do that. And some of them, not on this one, my 20 volt down in Florida, in addition to being able to put it upside down, my 20 volt, you can actually put it sideways compared to the tool, which is kind of cool. I'm surprised they don't have that feature on this, but it's still a good tool. I won't knock it for not having that feature. All right, go ahead and take the battery out. So really, that's all there is. Nice, simple tool, very, very useful for demo projects. Just if you're gonna do a demo project, just know where your electrical is, know where your plumbing is. With this job, I used the multi-tool to cut out all the tile areas because I didn't know what kind of electrical was in it. I didn't want to use a beast like this, which would have been much faster, but for some aspects of demo, I like to finesse things, but then once the walls are open, it was time to break this out and start cutting things up. So you know, each tool has its own place, and this one certainly has its place in Izzo's repertoire. But if you are a DeWalt kind of person, and you need to do some demo, I definitely recommend this saw. And you might not need it quite as tough as this. They make a 20 volt. They probably make I'm sure they have an 18 volt. They might even have a 12 volt with some of this capability. And those ones are going to be a lot lighter, so that's another concern. This is quite heavy. All right, well, it's time for me to eat a little lunch and get back to work. So, if you're working, work safely. This thing is healing up quite nicely. If you're drinking whiskey, drink responsibly, but do everything with a little bit of whimsy. You're going to have a good time. I'll see you next time you're hanging out at Izzo's Place. Can you tell I don't have my tripod with me? We're gonna leave that in. I'm not even gonna edit that. Yeah, I'll try to remember to take a behind the scenes picture of the setup. That's pretty funny. Gotta stay for a bit. Nope, that one maybe I'll edit out. That's a little bit embarrassing. Maybe I won't. I'll put it at the end. I'll put it at the end, blooper style. This shouldn't fall over like the other stuff was. Yeah, I'll just take a step back.